Welcome to Open Division Cup number 4 here in the HGC Open Division. We're going to bring you the 3rd and 4th place match between Necrodancers and Reborne. You excited about this matchup, Murda?
Ghost, man, we sat through yesterday, had some amazing matches. Today we get to sit through a 3rd place match, and I'm equally as excited because I actually had the opportunity to cast this very same matchup, Cup number 2, with my buddy Professor Bobo over here on HeroesHype, and it was a thriller. I'm sure it's going to be equally as good. I mean, these teams have played against each other in the same spot, so I'm sure they know what to expect.
Yeah, Reborn looking to pick up another 3rd place win to get back at Necrodancers for the previous match. Reborn fell to them last time during that Cup number 2. And by the way, thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm ghostDunk, and this is Murda. If we haven't been formally introduced with you, the audience. But yeah, I'm very excited for both these teams. They went up today. If you watched the semifinal matches, they went up against Wrong Orc. That was Wrong Orc versus Necrodancers. Necrodancers did manage to take a map off of them. I believe you said it was a shutout.
Yeah, I think it was 12-0 if my feeble memory is correct. But it was a solid match, and they ran that Stitches.
Yeah, the Huff Money Stitches. Once again, we saw a lot of that yesterday.
Yeah, so if they can get back on that and make it happen, I was surprised. I watched the game number 3, Towers of Doom. Was expecting the Stitches to be played. They ended up going with an ETC and a Blaze with their first 2 picks, and kind of said, "Hey, we're not going Stitches this time." Did it cost them? I don't know. But you know, either way, the series was really well played, and you know, you can expect more of that sort of play out of them going through all these cups. Like, they're gonna keep playing that Stitches, and you gotta be worried about it. So tonight I would imagine that they're gonna keep an eye on it.
Yeah, looking ahead, we could see Reborn in fact try to ban that Stitches out. So we're going to be getting into the draft very soon here. I do want to remind everybody to check out the Patreon for HeroesHype, www.patreon.com/HeroesHype. You can go check it out. Funding it helps fund the amateur league, which, helps run the Open Division. It gives a lot back to the community here for Heroes of the Storm. You can check out some of these tier lists. It's just $2 to get a Discord role and access to, getting on the friends list of HeroesHype. $5 gets you access to the exclusive Discord channel, and you can go all the way up to a $45 legendary tier, where you can get swag bags and ongoing rewards, with exclusive and guaranteed access to HeroesHype hosted events, like things like Dorms, Western Clash, and BlizzCon itself. So make sure you guys check that out. It's exciting. And go ahead.
I was gonna say, you gotta get the swag bag. If you're not getting the swag bag, you ain't swag. So
no. It's
anyway,
quite literally impossible.
Right. Anyone who wants to be a patron, I strongly encourage you. Amazing organization. You guys at home already knew that. So head on over to that patreon.com/HeroesHype. Check it out, and join ghostDunk and I. We are both patrons.
Yeah, absolutely. I joined it the other day, and it's fantastic. Another note here for production, Pat, we are playing on the Raynor and Azmodan rework patch. So the 3 bans, if you're just joining us this week, the 3 bans are active. The new Raynor and new Azmodan are here and available to be played, and we haven't indeed seen Raynor come out in many of these games and been very influential. And here we go into the draft. We may very well see some Raynor, and it's Volskaya, so I have to imagine Alex Straza is high on the list as well. And it looks like Necrodancers is the first pick. This is Reborn's map pick. Just to go over the bans real quick, Reborn banned Cursed Hollow, and Necrodancers banned Brax's Holdout. Sergeant Hammer immediately banned out. Necrodancers has been paying attention. Yeah.
Okay, so my boys over on Regen Black, it's my organization. They played up against Reborne yesterday, and they said these guys just run the Sergeant Hammer all day, and they ran it
Yeah.
in the semifinals tonight as well. And look, there's that Stitches band we were talking about.
Hammer ban immediately target banned out Quick Urel and Genji ban, sort of the obvious bans at the moment. And then we've got the Stitches bans. So recognizing the power that Necrodancers bring to Stitches, because it's not just tough money. It's Azario as well, brings that Stitches to the table and usually serves up a nice tasty meal of the enemy hero. Blaze going to be first picked up here on Volskaya Foundry. Not a surprise. Blaze, a non-committal pick, and works very well on this map.
Yeah, I like having the Blaze early. The bunker gets a lot of value on those control points, can really shut down the burst that might be coming out of Reborn here. He's so flexible, especially when you can look at him getting that double soak action going. Maybe you're hanging out around the bottom with your 4-man and he's just rotating around the map. But look at this Rainer and a natural counter to Rainer. Johanna also can be picked up to take that away from Necrodancers. Really smart 1-2 picks here from Reborn.
Yeah, Johanna is good on this map. This is a strong map for Johanna, but Alex Straza does, in fact, get down to this pick. So it's a bit of a surprise for me to see Rainer and Johanna be valued over the Alex Straza here. I would have imagined a Rainer Alex or a Johanna Alex pick up here as well. But maybe, like you said, they did want to avoid the natural counter to Rainer, the Johanna.
Right. So I'm very pleased with both of these. Phoenix can get a lot of value with that oil coming out from Blaze. And Alex Straza can really dominate these control points with their dragon form. Expect to see the big flying chicken bird, legendary mythic creature drop out of the sky and wreck face on top of those capture points.
Yeah. I have to imagine, okay, we've got a Diablo ban. Diablo, very strong tank right now, and Necrodancers plays him very well. Yeah, Deckard Cain, I was going to say, is the immediate ban here. Deckard Cain, a natural counter to Alex Straza at the moment, especially with the Emerald Gem that you put into your Herodric Cube, reduces the healing done by 75%, completely nullifies Alex Straza's abundance ability.
Yeah, absolutely. He's definitely the dirtiest, and it really only leaves Malfurion. They're going to pair that with Jaina here, and this is now a good bit of lockdown available for Reborn. The Blessed Shield, and follow it up with a Root, and possibly, a Ring of Frost. But they could just go into the Water Elemental to pair with Rainer, who's going to value so much from the slows that Water Elemental can provide. Here's Hanzo and Murda for Necrodancers.
Yeah, Murda, the next most obvious choice for tank here in the current meta. I do like the Jaina into this. Jaina and Rainer, a natural pairing if ever there has been one in this game from the very start, I believe, from when this came out. But they Hanzo picked up here. I like that with the Phoenix. It allows Dragon Arrow to get a lot of value. The burst on the side of Reborn is a lot stronger. Hanzo and Phoenix a little bit more of a sustained damage comp, but we do have Dragon's Arrow. We do have the Purification Salvo. So it's going to definitely be both teams very dangerous here. And the Leoric, I think, is going to work really well against the Blaze, wherever those two are going to be paired up.
Yeah, you're right. That's a fantastic matchup for Leoric there. Showtime going to be playing Leoric in this matchup. Azariel is going to have his workout for him up against Leo in that solo lane. So will they have to dedicate more resources down there to help up against Leo? We'll see. Blaze, he can play it a bit safer and take it a bit slower. And you might expect to see that here in the matchup. But I think in the 4-man, it's pretty close. Phoenix is going to do a really good job clearing with Hanzo. But Jaina's and Joe, it's just that much quicker. So rotations might actually favor Reborn here in this matchup.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree. However, you can't forget Murden. Murden's going to enable a lot of quick kills. They're going to be able to rotate around the map, I think, a little bit more. With Johanna and Rainer and Jaina, I think it's maybe a little less mobile at the beginning of the game. But looking ahead to team fights, once they hit 13 to 16, Leoric is going to be a huge influence in this game, as the slightly more sustainy comp of Necrodancers is going to favor the Leoric Ghost. Is going to have a lot better work cut out for him. He's just going to be able to keep that Ghost for a very long time, immediately using it against Purification Salvo to bring that down. But we go to the map on Volskaya Foundry. Go ahead and introduce us to Necrodancers.
And that is Necrodancers on your screen. Left-hand side of the map in the blue, we have Azerial playing the Blaze Physicals on the Phoenix Huff Money. Gonna play Murda tonight. Nodomo Varian on Hanzo, and Quantum rounding it out on the Alex Straza.
All right, and on the side of Reborn, we've got Derek on Johanna Showtime playing the Leoric, Winterheart playing Jimmy Rayner, Valimar on the Malfurion, and finally Unaverted rounding it out with the Jaina there. Now, Valimar, I do remember from last phase in HGC Open, I remember him being a really, really solid Malfurion, especially with these routes, so look out for that.
Yeah, outstanding player, veteran in the amateur scene at least, and the experience he brings, especially from the support position, to enable some of these plays for Reborn. Definitely a highlight player to pay attention to in the matchup, and if he can make the good follow-ups with those routes, that he's going to have plenty of opportunity to set up and potentially get Rayner in a good spot to rip through with his sustain and the blizzards from Jaina. Targets are never going to be safe up against all this lockdown that Reborn has.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be, Alex Taza, though, on the other hand, for Necrodancer, she is such a strong healer at the moment that with Dragon, with Lifebinder, and with all of her tools, they're going to be able to have a lot of sustain against the composition of Reborn.
Both teams going to grab their fortification camp turrets. Right now, Physical's going to have it for Necrodancers, and didn't see who picked it up on the other side. It looks like Winterheart's going to hold on to it. That's Rayner. So far standard. Grab that turret quick, make sure you have it, and potentially get a second one before that first capture point comes. But here they go onto the support camp. This is going to be the first fight of the game. Neither team at level 4 yet. Up money up front on the Murda and looking to see what he can do, but he has a dwarf toss away, and that gives it up to Reborn. Derek gonna grab that biotic emitter, and now item control in favor of Reborn.
Yeah, very quick rotation there coming out from Leoric. They planned that ahead. Leoric pulled out from the bottom lane. Blaze did not follow, and it was a quick 5v4, an aggressive move, and it paid off from Reborn.
Hopefully not everyone is hearing Robo Ghost, but there's a kill right there. First blood of the game. Hanzo has fallen, and Reborn taking a lead. And as mentioned, they already had the item advantage. Now they're getting an XP advantage to go with it. If they can get their level 7s, and there announced is the control point A, so won't be able to make level 7, but they're going to stay close. The Oric's still soaking down in the bottom lane, and they have that what looks like a 3/4 level lead right now, which is pretty enormous here in the early game on Volskaya.
Yeah, it's doing really well for Reborn right now. They're really controlling the tempo of this map. They've got item control. They're going to come down to the point here. It looks like Necrodancers opting to clear out that camp and have their camp win ahead, but Murden is going to sit on the point because Reborn has followed suit and is going to battle them up in this lane, and they're going to put 2 people onto the point trying to push Murden off. He's Murden, though. He should be fine. Huff Money walks out of there. Leoric gets him way down, but he's Murden. He'll be back up to health in no time.
And there it goes, trickling back slowly. Still up top is Alex Straza, Phoenix, and Hanzo working to get rid of that siege camp that's pushing that top lane. And they're also desperately, again, trying to make sure they're not falling too far behind on XP, because level 7s are getting very close now for Reborn. Just another minion or 2, and they're going to have it. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. So expect them to move down to this point, make sure they hold it, potentially find a fight. I know Huff Money is sitting here, but he's got to have his dwarf toss back to safety if he needs it. And this is going to be the fight over control point A, Ghost.
Yeah, you see, none of the items have been used yet, and you can see them coming here if they try to put it down, but a lot of damage going on to the Murden does not make it out. The extra range of James Rayner takes him down, and that is going to be an easy protector going over for Reborn. I imagine, yeah, I don't think they're going to contest this any further, and there it is.
Yep, Winterheart and Unaverted going to work on that fortification camp yet again. Remember, they didn't even have to use their turrets there on the first control point, so they're going to have them available for B, and they're going to start getting a lot of experience because ripping down the towers here at mid, they're probably going to make the rotation up to the top in just a moment as Raynor is going to join the fun. Jaina soaking down bottom up against Blaze, and this sort of push down the wall, especially when B's coming up here next. It's been the strategy. Dumbledorian, great natural agility over the wall. Shout out to ghostDunk for reminding me of that talent name last night.
Yeah.
There they go. Look for that well. That's really what you want to do. Oh, I didn't see Raynor die on that rotation.
Yeah.
Huff Money set it up.
Yeah, Huff Money has given the axe. Murda does a ton of damage. Alex tries to help finish him off. D-Rec going down finally does get the iron skin. Johanna is going to make it out alive, at least for now. But I don't know if Jimmy got the turret down or not, or if they were able to pick it up as well. I think that he was able to ditch the turret before they lost it.
Okay, so here's Domovarian revealing with that sonic arrow, making sure no one's on that support camp as they're down this half level. 10s are getting pretty close now for Reborne. They're going to have to continue the soak and potentially give up this support camp because it's just they're too far behind right now. The XP is probably more important than worrying about them having this biotic emitter, as you see both Showtime and D-Rec holding on to one apiece there. So 2 support camp items in favor of Reborn is going to really play into their favor moving forward. And with the level 10s, they could be looking for a fight at any moment.
Yeah, that camp got them 10, and so they've been doing a really good job of controlling tempo on these camps. Let me take a look at the experience, and yeah, they have 1,000 more XP from mercenaries, and that's really making most of the difference here in XP in this game so far. So Reborn doing a really good job out-tempoing Necrodancers in this game.
So I'm a big fan of the new Raynor's Raider. I think it's a lot of fun.
It's so much fun.
Look at it, just kind of shoots from a distance. It has so much more health than it used to, right?
Yeah, I call it Gun Misha.
It is Gun Misha, right? Oh,
like
in trouble, Valimar. Oh, the jet propulsion barely misses his dragon arrow, gonna lock him in, and Purification Salvo doing a lot of damage to top of Winterheart. Gonna pop that adrenaline rush to get back up to the health he needs. Also use a tap. They end up losing Malfurion, a 1-for-0 trade. But once those level 10s came online, it looked like Necrodancers like, hey, let's just go see what we can find. And they find a kill in Malfurion, which is enormous for them.
It looks like Reborn just kind of waiting, trying to pull it into this choke point. Yeah, down goes the Entomb. Leoric tries to get the damage, but the Lifebinder is there saving everybody. That is a heroic used by Leoric, but it'll be back up. Both of these teams not afraid to burn heroics just to get a single kill, because the B point is not going to be up for a while, and that Malfurion kill brings them so much closer to Reborn in terms of experience.
So how OP is Lifebinder? Because you saw right there what could have been a really secured kill on Blaze, locked in that Entomb. The Lifebinder with Alex Straza on the safety side of the Entomb, he was like, okay, you can't kill Blaze. Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah, no, Lifebinder is absolutely busted at the moment, and it's got a weird interaction with Bunker as well that allows you to do some truly difficult things with it that really pay off. But Reborn coming up here, they still got all of their items. They've got the double heal kit as well. Unaverted has got themselves a turret, but looks like Necrodancers are going to be trying to push in. There's the Entomb on the Murden. Murden simply jumps out of it, but Phoenix is caught out by the Jaina by a root. There's that Valimar root we were talking about. Tranquility goes down. Bunker gets destroyed. Necrodancers are trying to get out as Zariel manages to get the jet propulsion out. Huff Money saved there by a quick heal from Alex Straza. They're only going to lose Phoenix, but they are going to have to back off this point.
Yeah, the Abundance is going to get Murden back up to a reasonable health pool, but they're still down their Phoenix, and there's not much they can do. They're about to be down a talent tier, as well as level 13s are just about to click in for Reborn as they look at yet another support camp and a biotic emitter. They used, did they use 2 of them or 1 there in that fight? They used both of them, so they're gonna get one back in the bank here. Valmar gonna hold on to that, and look at the percentage, 70+% already, as Huff Money is ready to make his move.
Oh, an excellent Entomb captures Phoenix and Murda, but they both have mobility. Johanna throws out the Blessed Shield, it whiffs, and it looks like Necrodancers are gonna use this opportunity to try and push themselves back onto this point.
Yeah, Zerial jet propulsion in, hitting Leoric. Still has that turret. We'll see if he wants to save it for a bit or drop it now. He's fallen low and does use the turret as well as his bunker. Going to try to get in that abundance, but he wasn't able to. Blaze is down as well as Phoenix is a double kill. Make it 3 as Alex Straza falls in the backside. 4 and 5. All 5 members are down for Necrodancers. It's a mega kill for Reborne. They're going to get this Triglav Protector, and time to open up the map. ghostDunk.
Murda, I don't know if you saw that little Jaina short coming out from the World of Warcraft team, but Jaina is out for blood here on Volskaya Foundry for sure. That was an amazing play there by Unaverted, just chasing everybody down and murdering every last one of them. It grabs them a protector. Leoric's going to be able to push here onto the fort, get them some more XP, and this is going to at least be a keep wall.
Absolutely. And, you know, you either have the opportunity with the second protector to look at a keep or look at that bottom fort, but they might be in trouble. Just like we saw on the last Triglav protector, are they going to start losing some lives? Yes, they will. Johanna, first to fall, so twice now during an enemy Triglav as Phoenix falls with that laser. You hate to see it. But
it's been a rough game for physicals here, getting caught out in a lot of instances. It looks like Reborne really has it out for physicals this game.
Yeah, I'm starting to say how well they're doing up against the enemy objective push, yet Phoenix falling there makes it not quite as good, but still finding the kills against Triglavs. It's not an easy thing to do, ghostDunk, and they've made it happen twice in this game.
Yeah, well, Unaverted is really on point with his skill shots here on Jaina. And that's not just Jaina, it's the protector as well, securing so much damage and so many kills here in this phase.
So yet another turret going to be picked up there. This one is going to be controlled by Winterheart. Unaverted also has one of his own, and looks like they're going to invade this enemy side fortification camp.
Yeah, level 16, they're pushing them off of the point. Most of the heroics are up. Looks like Water Elemental was used in the previous battle, but it's going to be no match for the level 16 of Reborne as they grab another turret camp and use their 16 advantage to now push on this fort.
Yeah, so they didn't end up walking down here with the Triglav. Instead, now they're going to start working on this well. Now, Hanzo is up top, not anywhere near this fight, which is a bit surprising. They're going to maybe see if they can find him, or no, they just want this support camp. They're going to march up here. Domovarian wisely backing up, making sure that he's nowhere near them. Still don't have their level 16s, and they really don't want to look for too much until they get it.
Yeah, Hanzo really just trying to get the soak here up top, but Reborn looks like they might be flanking him. No, instead they're going for the camp, but they see the Hanzo. Domovarian is in huge trouble. Down goes Hanzo.
Yeah, that's just one of those moments where you know you're dead. There's nothing you can do except let your death happen. They have to hearth now, because look at this advance onto the top side keep of Necrodancers. Reborn looking to pick up the first keep of the game. Here in defense, though, Murda showing up with physicals. They're going to be able to push him back for now, but minions are here. There as well is the Water Elemental, that Frosty the Snowman trying to rip through, but wasn't able to. I don't know what other kind of damage you'll be able to get, because they're kind of backed up right here. Bunker's in a good spot. Ooh. They're trying to use the Entomb, but not able to. Finally, though, they get the keep, and that is a huge advantage now for Reborn moving into this later portion of the game.
Yeah, both teams, I think, did a very excellent job there. Although Necrodancers did lose the keep, I mean, it was almost a foregone conclusion. Down level 16, down a Hanzo. They had to defend 4v5. They kept Reborn off of the keep for as long as they could. That bunker coming out, Murda and Blaze trying to be an impenetrable wall. But Leoric puts up a wall of his own, and Reborn plays that positioning very well to get just enough damage on the keep. They get it, and they get out. Even talent tiers now for both teams, so that's good news for Necrodancers. Now let's see how Reborn tries to keep control of this game.
So with them on even talents, I think they just have to play the patience game. There's catapults in the top lane as well as a siege camp. So eventually, someone from Necrodancers is going to have to go back and respond to that. Instead, here, on top of this fortification camp, Fusion, Tomb, locking in Murda, but he just got that life finder. Was it canceled when he went in the bunker? Looks like it was. Huff Money in big trouble. His health is low, and I don't know if they have enough damage. Reborne just doesn't have it. So the turret was there just enough to push back Reborne, and consider that a success for Necrodancers.
Yeah, that was the Lifebinder bunker interaction I've been talking about. Entering the bunker while Lifebinder is active will cancel it and put it on a 10-second cooldown. So in this case, it worked out for Necrodancers. Murda realized he was not going to die in that particular instance. Hops in the bunker that Blaze popped, canceling Lifebinder. They're able to save one of their heroics. All of heroics used on the side of Reborn, but they are going to be back up very shortly as point C comes up and Blaze has to clear top lane. This wave is humongous. It's going to get them a lot of XP, but fortunately for Necrodancers, level 20 is a long ways off.
Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. They had to send someone back to deal with the catapults, to deal with that siege camp, and it gives plenty of opportunity for Reborn to work on this percentage. Blaze should be here back in time to be able to make an attempt at getting onto this capture point C, but they're giving up a lot of it. It's already at 60%. Sonic Arrow going to reveal who's on there. It's Showtime chilling for now, but they got to wait for Blaze, and here he comes.
All right, Leoric, the sole member on the point here, pops his Spooky Ghost trait to get away. There's the Entomb onto the Blaze, forces the bunker to come out. Purification salvo without from Phoenix doing so much damage, and it takes Leoric down unaverted on the conveyor belt, trying to get away very low. Meanwhile, Huff Money taking a lot of return damage. Reborn backs out. They only lose Leoric.
He can't walk off the conveyor belt.
That Leoric slow is too much. Showtime is going to get his life back here using his ghostly hand to get back time on his death timer, but meanwhile Reborn just moves up top, puts more pressure on the top, abusing their keep advantage. They're going to grab this camp. This is going to get them 20, and they're going to be able to move back onto this point with a 20 advantage, so no big loss, and that's Leoric for you.
Yeah, and check out these cooldowns. Everything is going to be available for Reborn if they want to get back on this point. And there's still a while to go for Necrodancers. So huge advantage right now, especially with that level 20 talent tier has finally been achieved for Reborn. And you can all but count on Reborn to be getting their third protector of the game. Here comes a dragon, though, from Alex Straza. She's looking to get some damage in Tomb. Dropped onto 2, and a silence as well was really dirty, and they killed a Phoenix early in that fight. They actually find a Hanzo and a Murden as well. Very low is Alex Straza. 4, a quad kill for Reborn. They get that True Glove Protector, and they could march right up to the top lane. They have 45 seconds. Can they make it in time? We'll see what they want to do. Maybe just pick off that mid keep on the way, but options are all available for Reborn as they have 5 members on the field, and it's just an Alex Straza currently for Necrodancers.
I think they're just going to walk right around this keep. Protector's going to go through it. Yeah, there they go. Reborn goes around the keep. Broccoli sacrifices his life to make sure that nobody gets hit by this fort. The Protector uses the fort as a movement boost, and this is going to be game number 1 going over to Reborn. That fight was absolutely incredible. That Leoric Entomb didn't only kill the target inside the Entomb, but it also managed to keep the entire team in one place. And Jaina and Raynor, their AoE damage was able to just completely burst down Necrodancers. And that's what I was saying at the beginning of the game. Necrodancers, they have a sustained comp. Alex is a great healer, but Jaina and Raynor, with a Leoric managing to keep Hanzo and Phoenix's damage down, and you saw there, let me just double check that this actually happened. I assume it did, yeah. Ominous Wrath, in fact, used here. You saw him go into the Wraith Walk and lower everybody's damage, which really puts a huge hole into Necrodancer's plan.
Right.
I also want to call out Jaina's build, not Jaina, Johanna's build as well. It's a build I'm not used to seeing. I think this is a viable alternative, but it's not the standard I'm used to. They're going Laws of Hope, Sins Exposed, which actually gives extra damage after shield glaring people. subdue and really going for a punish and just sort of an extra damage build there on that Johanna. So very interesting call from Reborne.
Yeah, you know what? I've played the build a couple times. It helps if you're trying to burst down targets with that Sins Exposed one. You know, the subdue, though, that's really where the question mark comes in. You do get some value from it baseline, but can you complete that hit 4 enemy heroes? Can really swing the tides of making that be especially worth it. But overall, I thought both sides played pretty well. But what I do want to mention, when I casted that match, Cup number 2, these same 2 teams in the 3rd place game, just like we're watching right now, it was Reborn taking game number 1. We just saw Reborn take number 1 here again. Yeah. But last time, it was Necrodancers coming back in games 2 and 3 to take the set. So can Necrodancers repeat history here? We are on Infernal Shrines. And last time in that matchup, they did play Infernal Shrines. That is where Reborn took map number 1. So we'll see how that plays out here for these 2 teams.
Yeah, I'm very excited